Hello guys, welcome to Mystic Illuminations. I am Rad for those who doesn't know me, and that will be a taroscope for your mid-month taroscope. Actually, it's not going to be for, but just the mid-month taroscope. So with that being said, I'm starting directly with the star sign, guys. By the way, it's also important to listen to your moon and ascendant sign, because they do reflect as well things. For those who doesn't know, I just believe that the moon sign will reflect your emotional state, and the ascendant sign is going to reflect your personal state of how you're going to cope with what the star sign prediction will present to you. So with that being said, we are going to Aries directly. That will be strictly and completely tarot only, so no astrology involved here, guys. And for Aries, we do have the Sun card is the first one. That will be a nice start then, with the Two of Wands and with the Nine of Wands. So guys, that will be quite active second half of the month. For what does it seem your situations or your hopes and dreams are going to start growing up naturally. What I mean is that you doesn't even have to force up the situation. In order to improve for yourself, but these cards kind of speaks more like career development here, increase in one's resources, increase in one's orders, increase into one's options available, if you want to say it that way. What you can do, however, to improve your chances here, Aries, is in career development, is if you reconnoiter your moves moving forward. I mean, your scout and survey your surroundings, so you know what will be the best thing for you to do in order to move forward. But as I said, even if you doesn't do that, the situation itself for you is going to unfold naturally. What comes around the end of the week is, for what I can see with the Nine of Wands, that speaks for a certain fatigue, and fatigue from a sense of where you need to start rearranging things around you. So that speaks that you will be focused on quite a lot of things. It's not just going to be one at a time, but it will be a multiple duties, multiple responsibilities you need to deal with, and you have to change something into that. You need to change something into your approach in order to be able to kind of like being successful in your efforts, giving your efforts into every single task that is in front of you. With that being said, end of the month for you will be quite exhausting, excuse me. But at the end of the day, you will have the necessary strength, you will have the necessary patience as well, guys, in order to bring everything to its very end, which means that you will not leave things unfinished. So I can congratulate you for that, and whatever you doesn't leave unfinished will be marked by a success here, as we do have the Sun card. Taurus is the next one, and Taurus is for you. We do have, guys, the Eight of Cups here with the Devil card with the Fool, and that will be the brand new beginning for Taurus. Uh, it's a little bit difficult to express it, but especially the Devil and the Eight of Cups, you're about, Taurus, to see and realize that a thing you have put a great hopes at is not exactly a thing you want at the end of the day, or it isn't developing in a way you wanted. That could be your relationship, or in your career, or just simple friendship, whatever it is. You kind of realize that your wishes, your dreams, what you want for yourself, lies into a different direction, and thus until the end of the month you're about to take that different direction here with the Fool card. One thing's about the lady with the ladies about the Fool card, especially with the Devil, that may not be a walking away from a relationship, but that could be a pregnancy that makes you exactly stay into that relationship. Also another version of interpretation here, Tauruses, ladies, Tauruses. So you may realize that you are pregnant, you may find out that you're pregnant, and that will make you give a second chance to the relationship so it can fold forward, because the sense of responsibility here, where you should not deny the kid to have father, is something that will make you stay and try again, try new to build up the relationship again. So for you Tauruses, these three cards are kind of speaking for, as I said, the new beginning, walking away from a certain thing which you are kind of finding out that is not something that develops the way that you want to develop. As I said, that could be relationship related, career related, or friendship related. Regardless, you shouldn't be afraid to just detach from these kind of situations, because the only thing you are about to face when you cope in those kind of situations is only struggle and going against oneself. And when you do go against yourself, guys, you simply deny yourself from being happy. For Gemini, we do have the Four of Swords with the Tower card, with the Four of Pentacles. And for you guys, we do have a resolution of a very serious problems that are about to appear. As a matter of fact, you do sense the storm right now that is yet to come. And you know that at this very moment, we do have a chill plate calmness before the storm. And it will be a very profitable for you if right now you do analyze your environment in your situation, either in career or in relationship, soberly, so you can take appropriate measure. When you do take appropriate measure and you don't freak out when the difficult times strike you, because difficult times are going to come this month in one way or another. You need to be able, first, to be adaptive, second, to know that a life doesn't end if one thing fails, because it's very likely that something is going to fail in your life, or at least a dream of yours may fail you, a promise of a friend may fail you as well. Regardless of what it is, guys, you are about to walk away stronger than what you have been when you have entered it. So that will be a necessary experience till the end of the month, Gemini, for you. That will only harden you, okay? It's not going to make you weak, it's not going to kill you, it's not going to make you suffer ever so long lasting from now on. Just on the contrary, guys, this thing is going to make you only stronger. So when the misfortunate times are starting to happen with you, when, for example, you're fighting with your partner quite a lot, when things in your job are not going the way you are expecting them to go, when the things in your job are really going to shade, and it's kind of like it's very hard to deal with all the bullshits there, it will be important that you, how can I place in words? It will be important if you don't, as I said, freak out, and if you try to be calm. You have to be calm in order to walk away profitable from this kind of situation. You need to be very cold, you need to be with a poker face, and you need to know that regardless of what is happening, guys, you will do have options available in the future to be, if you want to say it that way, happy even. So you got to basically believe in yourself in a certain way, that regardless of what's gonna happen, Gemini, till the end of the month, because the Tower card is a vast card, it cannot be determined where exactly it's gonna take place, but whatever is going to take place, simply things there had to go, and so you can have the chance to build it even stronger. So don't despair if things are not going your way. Cancer, next, it's Seven of Pentacles with the Lovers card, with the Five of Pentacles. So Cancer, for you, we do have a resolution of a serious issue that you had in the past right now. That kind of resolution here comes from your own realization that you basically were way too chaotic about the situation. There is nothing wrong with that. I mean, you wanted to fix the issue very fast when the issue came. So you wanted to be kind of meticulous about all the situation around you. However, you couldn't. You couldn't because there was something that needed to happen in the future in order to allow you to resolve your issue. And this something is happening right now in the next half of the month. And through this, the resolution for you in this serious issue, most likely in relationship, guys, which these cards are speaking, that you will be able to maintain, reach and maintain harmony into your relationship with your partner, and through that will start receiving unconditional support, and you are about to virtually kill a lot of difficulties in the fronts of that you are fighting at. So with that being said, for you, Cancer, that will be a very major half of the month, but you need to know that, how can I place the notes? You need to know that you need to be open to all those kind of resolutions, those kind of situations. And also, guys, don't rush it. That will be also crucial. Don't rush it, because as I said, the decisive event, it is yet to come. It is in the very near future, next couple of weeks most likely. For right now, you just have to reconnoiter your behavior and your efforts of how you're gonna do it basically, and what you're willing to give in order to reach that resolution. Whatever you think that you're about to give, it will be less. I mean, you're gonna give less, either from your compromise reservations, reserves, excuse me, or from your money, if you want to say that way as well. But it will be less costly than you initially anticipated of. So career-wise, these cards are speaking, guys, that you will be facing a quite serious choice that you need to make. And in order to make the right choice here, you need to be true to oneself. You need to choose it in a such way so you feel comfortable about the choice. Screw the others, guys. You cannot think constantly for other people. You have to first think for yourself, because you don't own your life to others. Your life is your own, and that's why you do have responsibility to make it something, to make it worth something. Otherwise, others is not gonna make your life worth something. Let me shuffle now, and we're going to the next 4 star signs. So for Leo, we do have the King of Swords with the Magician, with the Six of Wands. And Leo, someone is going to place great hopes in you, most likely career-wise, guys. For what does it seems, your boss is going to see you very capable into doing a particular task that your boss have, but he is very calculative to whom the task needs to be given. And that being said, till the end of the month, you may be kind of summoned into their office so they can talk with you really quite calmly and patiently about your personal performance, and that will be just the layout so they can give you that very, very important task. Now, if you do take the task, guys, a promotion is inevitable from it with the Six of Wands. You're going to receive your personal recognition, and you will have rewards for your job well done. So you need to kind of like until the end of the month, you need to kind of like present yourself in front of others. I mean, you should not be in slumber and under your duties, guys, but you have to try to remind your supervisors and your bosses that you do exist, and you need to show them as well that you're quite creative into the approaches that you do take. Relationship wise, especially for those singles, we do kind of seems a friends with benefits type of relationship here with those cards, guys. So and even for those who are not single, again, someone may approach you with a proposition to be a friends with benefits with this kind of person. By the way, that person will be quite respected through among the social circle and among the areas that you are moving. I mean, among the areas that you are contributing to as a personal life. So that could be quite a tempting offer. For Virgo, we do have the Hermit with the Moon, with the Ace of Cups, and that will be some sort of a very, very passive second half of the month for you, Virgo, thinking of how you can be most productive from now on, in a sense, thinking of where does your exactly your for example, career lies, how do you see your relationship moving forward, how do you see yourself in the grand scheme of things. And at the start you will be quite scared, and even some of you will be quite terrified, because they can't because you guys will kind of have you will miss a glimpse of where exactly you're staying. You will kind of won't be able to glance your space beneath the sun, but that will be just at the start, because for what it seems with the Ace of Cups, people, at the end of the month you will have kind of like a revelation in front that you are about to receive, and through this you will be quite optimistic for the future that is yet to come. So for you, Virgo, that will not be very, very active half of the month. What I'm saying is that you will keep on going with your relationship, you will keep on going working, but the idea of that you need to make a major, major change with the way that you are living your life will start planting seeds in your mind, and not just in your mind, but in your soul. This doesn't mean that you're going to take it straight away, okay? This needs careful analyzation, it needs careful research, it does need a kind of like careful careful analyzation of what your options available are moving on forward, and how exactly you're going to reach that particular stage of what you're starting to think of. And at the end of the month, for what does it seems, oh, it will be revealed for you, especially with the Ace of Cups there, guys. It kind of looks like that a very meaningful coincidence are about to happen in your life, which will urge you to make something moving toward this realization that you do have. So looking at these cards as well, for what I can see, especially relationship wise, people, these cards could speak for state of your mind and of your soul, that this relationship you are in is a matter of fact the one that you have waited on so long, and this person who is next to you, it is the one that you are meant to be. And most likely that will be the case if you do kind of feel it that way. Here it is very important, guys, to listen to your feelings till the next in the next couple of weeks, because your feelings, it is what is going to guide you. If you try to clinch upon your logic, you will get seriously confused, because the logic will not be able to find out reason and to connect your current state with the goal that you have just set on, these seeds that are planted in your mind of where you want to find yourself into your career or into your relationship life. So what I can say to you is listen to your heart, Virgos, because your heart, it is what is going to lead you on moving forward. For Libra, we do have the Five of Cups with the Chariot card with the King of Wands. So guys, a tough second half of the month, in a sense that you have to swallow a lot of things, especially coming from other people, okay? Career-wise, you may have to deal with that a very um, ungrateful colleague or very ungrateful team leader, that whatever you do, it is never enough for him, and he is constantly trying to smother you down beneath. So he is constantly trying to make you feel worthless in this kind of stuff. And it is a person who will kind of like give you tasks. We're talking career wise. It is a person who is going to give you tasks which are almost unachievable for the time being, that he wants them to be achieved. So the deadline will be quite short. Five of Cups, however, is a card showing that you should not lose your self-respect here. Just because this person is trying to make you look worthless, you shouldn't feel that way, because that will not be the truth. You should, again, you should not lose your self-respect. What you can do is to be quite determined to I'm talking about the Chariot card here. You have to be quite determined and very, very convinced of your personal success moving on forward. Because this person that you have to deal with into your career, this is mainly career focused reading, guys. This person that you need to deal on with your career, he feeds on the failure of the others. So it's kind of like it is a person that takes credits on someone else's back. Okay, and if you can flush this person out as well in front of your supervisors or in front of your bosses, that will be a great deal for you, and you shouldn't hesitate doing it. So it will be tough, but it will be manageable. I mean, it will be achievable to do so. Talking about relationship with these cards, guys, here until the end of the month, it is where you kind of like lose control upon a certain leashes that you do have in the relationship, certain strings, and you have to deal with that. Basically, the control cannot be regained till probably the next month, and you have to be on the same page with your partner, where your partner will be the one taking on taking on certain leadership there. But that doesn't mean that you should be that you should drop off the whole opposition here. No, you need to oppose it, but not to an extreme measures, okay? Because in some of your things that you're proposing, there will be sense in them, and your partner will be able to see the sense, so, and to feel the sense that you're trying to bring into them. So don't be discouraged, Libras. Just a little bit more struggle, guys, and after that, for what does it seem, things are gonna get quite better for your end. Scorpio, we do have the Ace of Swords with the Death card, with the Seven of Swords, and this kind of speaks for either renegotiations, guys, or rearrangements with a people around you, things you wanted to say and have been left unspoken till the end of the month, for what does it seems, will be spoken for you. That will force a major change toward the better, or toward one end or another. You will end up into a place of personal independence. So you either have it your way, or the whole responsibilities of what follows up will be dropped down from your shoulders. Either way, guys, you Scorpios, for what it seems, at the end of the day, will follow your own personal agenda the way you want to follow it. One thing I want to say, looking at these cards, guys, first thing, you should say it all out. You shouldn't spare either your partner in your relationship or your boss if he summons you to talk with you about your performance. You shouldn't spare anything that you want to say in front of them. And if conflicts start to arising, you should not pull yourself back from it. I mean, you need to go into the conflict fully armed with your aggression, with the Seven of Wands, because if conflicts are inevitable, they only can be conquered through storm. So being patient, being calm, being someone who is ready to make a compromise, it is something that you don't want until the end of the month to be from you to be. You need to be the one who really have a spine. You need to be the one who steps out for oneself. You need to be the one who fights for your personal agenda, okay? Because your personal agenda, for what it seems, Scorpios, will be the most important thing that matters until the end of the month. And at the end of the month, for what does it seems, you will be the one who will take it. You will be given what you have been owned. You will detach from a certain obligations, and people will not be able to take advantage of you in a sense of where they exploit you so they can reach a certain goal of theirs, and that will not be option for them, because as I said, you will reach your personal independence. Let me shuffle again, guys, and we're going to the last 4 star signs. Okay, so Sagittarius, Page of Swords is the first card with the Wheel of Fortune. So we do have now a person who is about to reveal you either a brilliant idea or a brilliant approach or a way out of a difficult situation in you. And 8 of Cups here to next to it, kind of like express that you kind of knew about this option available in front of you, but you have lasted to the very last minute until you can take it, or kind of like loiter for a certain chain of events to happen in order to be able to take it on. So at the end of the day, guys, that will be a renovations with a person who it's kind of wishes you the good, and it's someone who will give you a courage, someone who is about to place you the things in a such way in front of you that there will be only logic behind them. And when you open your eyes for the logic, you're about to see that actions needs to be taken now, or you need to basically surrender yourself to the situation and be in peace with it. Otherwise, you cannot expect any improvements. Now you have everything you need as a timing, as a spacing, as a resources as well, if you want to say it that way. And the 8 of Cups, as I said, it is a card expressing that the things will start developing the way you want them to develop, okay? But again, this emotional perception here, emotional touchness, that expressing something like, damn, I wish it could have been done differently. I wish it could have been another option available. You know, I wish that it could have been other way around, but sadly it cannot be other way around, guys. And basically, only thing you needed here, Sagittarius, is someone to point your direction. And this someone, it is a one that will come to you. It could be a very well someone good friend of yours, a good friend of yours, excuse me, guys, that you know him already. It doesn't have to be a new person as well, which would say to you, look, dude, it's kind of like, it's ridiculous. I mean, what are you doing this to yourself? Can you not see where all this is going? Can you not see that you have to do this and this and this and this? And when that happens, basically, you're about to kind of see the logic behind it. You're about to see that this is the only thing that does make sense at the end of the day, and you will start doing it despite that you will not like it, as an approach, as an actions that you need to take. But at the end of the day, it's the only thing that you can do, either into your career or into your relationship, in order at the end of the day to be happy, So listen to the advices of someone there to you guys. Listen to the advice of someone that's really care for you, because these advices will be precious for you in the next couple of weeks. For Capricorns, we do have the Nine of Cups with the Six of Swords with the Emperor card. So Capricorns, for you, that will be a chase of even bigger fortune that you do have at this very moment. Nine of Cups is a card reflecting that even if the situation is fortunate for you at this very moment, even a bigger happiness can be achieved. What worries me here, however, Capricorns, is the Six of Swords, because the Six of Swords, in this kind of sense, it does reflect a certain amount of risk that you need to take. Okay, certain amounts of risk. The Emperor, in your approach moving forward, in order to consolidate and sustain your happiness. So let me give you an example for that, guys. Let's say that you are how can I place it in words? Let's say that you do in your job now, there is a position revealed, but in order to take on that position, you need to give up on the position that you are in right now. Okay, so you have to place like all or nothing here in order to take on this kind of option. The Emperor in this combination, it does speaks that you will most likely have it. The only way that you may not have this success, guys, if you are way too chaotic, and if you are playful, if you are someone who is adapting. This is the thing, you need to make the situation to adapt your way, no vice versa. You shouldn't be the one who is adapting here. Okay, the others needs to adapt to you. And when you see that your boss or your boyfriend or a girlfriend is start to adapt to your wishes, to your approaches, then this is the direction you need to push, because in this direction the risk is minimum. Okay, but regardless of that, for you Capricorns, we are seeing a brave attempt to improve your own circumstances. And for what does it seem, you will be able to improve them by setting order, by establishing rules, by basically establishing kingdom, if you want to say it that way. So at the end of the day, you will be on the charge of the situation, but that is a simultaneously a pleasant and unpleasant thing, because one in charge into one situation, one in charge into one family, one in charge into one theme, does bear the big responsibility, the biggest responsibility there. So everything comes with price, Capricorns, and the price you need to pay is the responsibility, the business. It's the price that you need to pay is your personal time. It is your personal freedom, if you want to say it as well that way. Because in your career you will work quite a lot, guys. You may need to take some extra time. You may you will have to work some extra time. In your relationship, you have to give a lot of devotion in there. You will kind of be around your partner 24/7, and thus you will not have time for yourself. But basically this is what the Emperor is. He takes care for his empire 24/7. For Aquarius, we do have the King of Cups with the Six of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. And the only thing I can tell for you Aquarius with these cards is that you will receive huge support with your family, and that huge support may be, as a matter of fact, the shelter that they are going to give you. Okay, for some that could also be a nestling. So I don't mean to insult anybody, but that could, as a matter of fact, be nestling of someone of you guys into a place that your parents or your uncle and aunt has, or these kind of stuff. In other words, people, you won't be left without any support here. We do have a two man and woman, which are kind of like a parenthood figures for you, and they will try to make you as comfortable as possible. The very least, they will encourage you to be more creative, more carefree, either about your job or either about your relationship. For example, the man will tell you, "Look, son, do you feel happy?" And you may say no. Well, and if you say no, well, he will tell you, look, son, you need to chase your happiness. I mean, you need to do something about it. If you're not feeling happy, then obviously it's time for a change. Obviously it's time for you to detach from certain things. And doing so, this person will breed you courage. This person will give you the necessary self-esteem of you to kind of take on these kind of drastic measure in this particular situation that I'm describing. But it may not go into a certain extreme sense, guys. It could go into a very, very pleasant way where you're just spending time in your family, where there are no conflicts whatsoever, and you are feeling like in home. You're feeling surrounded by love, surrounded by people that do care for you, and that will recharge you with emotional energy, with vital energy for you to go into the week, for example, to dive again into the week of career shenanigans and these kind of stuff, if you want to say it that way, knowing that there is someone who is will always have your back no matter what. And for Pisces, we do have the Death card with the Four of Wands with the Tower. Okay, so Pisces, that will be an important period of time till the next half of the week. That will be a resistance of just simply letting go. Okay, that will be a resistance of your behalf to let go either of your job or of a project that is going downhill, and this downhill is quite precipitant. Okay, and no one else wants to do the dirty job. No one else wants to save that project. No one, your partner kind of seems, for example, if you're talking for a relationship, your partner kind of seem that is giving up on the relationship already. You will be the one that will not want to give up. It's simply probably you have invested way too much in it just to give it up, and you will be ready to fight for it. That will be really courageous battle here that you are about to lead. Will this battle, however, will be marked by a win? I cannot tell you, because for what it seems, the decisive result will happen next month. Okay. However, looking at these cards, I would advise you to try and fight. Okay, because trying and fighting for it will allow you guys to restructure your life in a certain sense. It will make you not just stronger, but it will make you a person realizing more resilience to loss. Not realizing, but more resilient to losses. It will make you a person who is not that detached to emotions. It will make you a person who always finds a way, because there is always a way out of something. It may not be a pleasant one, but it is a way out of something. So you Pisces needs to lead a certain battle here, either into your relationship or into your career. That kind of seems more relationship type reading. So you have to prepare to step for the relationship that you do have, guys. And unfortunately, the support of your partner will be quite little, close to none. So you have to be the strong person there at this very moment. If we're talking about career, as I said, that will be a project most likely where nobody wants to deal with, nobody pays attention to it, and it's just this project is sitting there hanging in the void, and no one, as I said, pay attention. So you determine yourself to finish it to its very end, and you will face quite of a struggle doing it on your own. However, doing it so, for what I can suspect looking at these cards, will make you realize that you are ready for new challenges. It makes you realize that if you can deal with this project alone, then what stops you, for example, from establishing your own personal business? If you can deal with this situation in your job alone, then you deserve better. And excuse me, guys. And but with that being said, this kind of struggle, people, is going to give you benefits that you don't think you can have from a struggle. because life is a constant struggle, and whatever doesn't kill you, Pisces, it does makes us stronger. So that was the taroscope for you guys in Mystic Illumination for the rest of the month, and I hope you find it helpful. I hope that you can extract something out of it, guys, that will help you cope with your personal situation. With that being said, if you do want a private reading with me, I will be, guys, at your disposal here, excuse me. You can just find my profile page in Mystic Illumination, purchase your reading, and we're going to schedule a comfortable time for you so we can perform your reading. So on that note, guys, I wish you best of luck until the rest of the month, and we people definitely gonna see each other again. See you next time. Bye.